I know we're like nowhere close to football season, but the weather and like it's going through like mood swings in Massachusetts,
Same
and it
here.
has me in such a football mood. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Uh,
definitely get that.
welcome to Alabama Primetime Live on the Voice of College Football Network, the biggest brand in the sport of college football, on the best place in the best time of the day for your college football coverage. Brady and Manny once again back with you. Chicago's good. The week was good.
Yeah, man. Some bogus weather, as you know. It sounds like you're in a similar
It
situation,
is,
but
and it doesn't end. I feel like anything east of the Mississippi is
yeah,
just bull crap.
you
Week
never
in,
know.
week out.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, one week it's 70 and sunny, and then the next week it was literally snowing. It literally snowed out there. I don't know if you guys got snow out there.
We,
It
I ran
literally
to
snowed yesterday.
Target. I ran to Target as one does on a
Hmm.
nice Tuesday afternoon, and walked in sunny. We have these things called like sun showers too, where it'll be sunny out and it'll just
Yeah,
rain. No
yeah,
reason.
same.
And grabbed what I needed to grab. Was leaving Target, hailing, but it
Crazy.
wasn't even hail. It was like it reminded me of like snow cones. Like that's honestly the best way I could precipitation coming out of the sky. It
Crazy.
it was like a snow cone. It was so weird. And then get in the car, drove out a little bit, and it stopped. Like literally 5 minutes. 5 minutes of snow cone, and then back to sunny. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, weird.
Let's go to a place with consistent weather, and that's Alabama because it's hot. At 12.
Always.
Um,
Al-
2025 season is growing closer. A day now, just a week away.
Coming up
No,
soon.
no, I'm a liar. It's this weekend. It's this weekend. It's
Okay.
Saturday. I'm a
Well, yeah,
liar. Big
it's
fat lie.
Tuesday. It's
I thought it
Tuesday.
was the
Close enough.
18th. No, it's the 11th. Yes, I'm a
Close enough.
real Alabama fan. That's why I have this. That's why we have this show. We're going into a day. Well, of course, the new format that we've touched upon throughout
Mhm.
the history of the show. One looming question, right? And it is, of course, the quarterback battle. Ty Simpson, Keelan Russell, the fans. And please drop your 2 cents in the comment section if you're
We'd
watching
love to
whether
hear.
X or YouTube. Drop your 2 cents in. We want to know what you feel. The fans, I feel like, want Keelan Russell. Maybe it's just me.
It could be me also, because I'm on that side too of wanting Keelan Russell. I kind of want something fresh, something new. And yeah, let him get some starts in. I mean, let him get a routine. And he's extremely talented, obviously, as well. So let's do
But
it.
the decision makers want Ty Simpson.
That seems to be the vibe.
Yeah. So, like we said, drop a comment if you've got a take, good, bad, ugly. I don't care.
Yeah,
Drop it.
whatever it is. I am curious to see what other people are thinking about it, because I mean, as of lately, a lot of the reports are coming out that Simpson is the favorite to be the starter and that it's his job to lose and that he's the one that's going to be starting in week 1 and leading the offense. I'm like, that it's cool, but I'm not seeing too much of an argument for Keelan Russell. So,
Right.
obviously I'm all for whoever's going to win us games and whoever's going to get us the most wins in the season. And if it is Simpson, cool, I'm okay with that. If it is Russell, I'm okay with that. But I mean, hey, we'll see more and more footage. And as you know, the film is going to be undeniable about who should be out there starting, hopefully.
Go ahead and share that video.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull that up too. That way you guys can see. And then we'll just watch this amazing footage together and see what's going on. So here it is. I don't know if I can play sound. Yeah, let's do it. Whatever. Okay, we'll do it. I'll cut the sound off so they can hear. I think that was Simpson starting off the throws, but it shows it's all you got. Mac in here, Simpson and Russell are all making these throws in this footage here, and it is some time. Is it 2-minute long footage? Can't see nothing with that throw.
Big thanks to Touchdown Alabama for the continued great coverage of
Absolutely
all Crimson Tides, particularly in football as well. That's what I want to see right there.
Okay, yeah, that was a nice
How
throw there.
quicker the release was from Russell. Now,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I can go back too. I'll go back.
yeah, please do.
I'll go back. Okay, yeah, let's see. I'll go back right now. Actually, I think this
Byron
is
Byron wants to see Keelan Russell, and I'd happen to agree with Byron here. Now I feel like Keelan does have the stronger arm. Ty may have more of the football IQ, and he's got a better understanding of Keelan. But in the SEC, it's all about release time.
yeah.
Aside from
Lineman
your
is coming
decision
at you
making,
fast.
you don't have to have the strongest arm in the world. You'll be fine in the SEC, right?
This
Talk
is
to Mac
true.
Jones. Talk to Mac Jones about that. But
Yeah.
you've got to be quick.
Yeah, you
have
got
to.
to be able to get the ball out, man. And I think that just makes for a great pro too. Obviously, that's a just basic of the most basic throws. But okay, I think that was Simpson. I throw that was
Yeah,
a
good
pretty
throw there
decent
from
one.
Ty. Yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
Russell. Let's
Here
see
we
if he
go.
actually
There
threw.
we go.
Okay, another out route.
Yeah.
another pass to the flat. Okay, yeah, don't underestimate Austin Mack. I agree with this. This has been my selection. I've been like saying this. I've been vouching for Austin Mack since this whole debate has
Yeah.
been going
Yeah.
on. And I'm like, he is not getting any love at all
I
whatsoever.
wonder why.
I don't
Because
know, man.
he's good at football.
I genuinely don't know. And I'm like, he's got the experience with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. Like he's obviously well connected with the two. So this is what, it drives me a little crazy. But these reps here, it's just basic reps, obviously, handing the ball off and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. I think we saw a couple of good throws. And I mean, yeah, but it's really not anything like I'm hoping to see come A-Day, because it's like this isn't really showing us who's the best. I mean, look at this. It's offensive lineman in a way. Like, shout out to whoever recorded the footage. And I am happy they got the footage for us to sit here and analyze. But at the same time, like it's hard to analyze it from just this footage here.
Right. But like we've said, and I'm going to keep iterating this, right? No matter who Kalen decides on, we're going to support them.
Definitely.
Whoever, I would hope whoever is following this team, whether you agree with it or not, like, go ahead and support the decision that's made.
Yeah.
Would you be upset about it? Of course, right? If we're naturally, as humans, we're naturally going to be upset if we don't get what we want, right? But that doesn't mean to just say no, it didn't go my way, so I'm gonna protest the tide. No,
Yeah.
because this is a very crucial year 2 for Kalen DeBoer. This is going to be the prove it year for Kalen DeBoer. Now, of course, we're not saying if he goes 9-3 and misses the college football playoff, I'm not going to call for his head, right?
Yeah, definitely will.
But
you don't hear from me.
okay.
Yeah, they gonna hear from me.
I'm not going to sit there and call for his head, but I may sit there and go, all right, well, next year is going to be your do or die year.
I see, yeah, and I respect that because, like, while I don't think this is like the hot seat year, it is like, okay, we have a standard, and we got to win. It is very crucial. It's time to win, and it's serious to get the win and like get the ball rolling. Like year 1 obviously was decent. Year 2, if you have another decent season, I think that way people start raising questions about, all right, is this guy actually a good coach? Do we need to go? That's when it becomes like a speculation about if we should try and look in a different direction. And then obviously the third year after that is like, all right, you're bad, you're out the window. But at this point, no, I need to see change. I need to see change for the better. And DeBoer, I like what he did in year 1. Obviously, he had limited pieces, but he's got an extremely talented team now and great receivers, great running backs. I mean, obviously, a hell of a quarterback room and a solid defense. So it has to all come together. And he's been saying good stuff too about his players, but obviously, we know how bland he can be as well.
Right.
So,
if like I will say, yes, was last year frustrating in some ways? Of course, right? Like you never want to lose to Vanderbilt. You never want to put up 3 points to Oklahoma and get killed. But at the end of the day, for a first-year head coach in the toughest league in the country, it was
This
a
is true.
successful year. Okay. Also, nobody expected Texas to have the year they did. So I digress. I will then if you're new here, let's just answer the age-old question: Simpson or
Yeah.
Russell? Let's say it on 3. Okay. Who do we want to start? 1, 2, 3. Keelan Russell.
Russell, without a doubt.
Who's probably going to start week 1? Ready? 1, 2.
Simpson.
Ty Simpson. Okay, moving on.
Definitely. We got the yeah, we got it up here. Yep. So he mentioned some stuff. Yeah, he mentioned some stuff about Ryan Williams, and he has some high praise for him. Obviously, talking about the receiving room a lot so far in the offseason, but he's got some great things to say about Ryan Williams. He's a versatile guy. He can play any position, inside, outside, field boundary. It doesn't matter. And you got to make sure that we continue to give those opportunities down the field. Things you saw a year ago, explosive play opportunities, but also a lot of it just getting the ball in his hands. This is Kalen DeBoer, and I mean, I think I agree with him here. It's definitely important to get the ball, and I mean, we talked about it before, how important it is to have the big play type of arsenal, I guess, if you will, like being able to have that on the offensive end. We've seen him make big plays last year. Based off of the small yard catches going for 50 yards, 60 yards type of things. So now that we have quarterbacks who I personally, think are a little bit more talented than what Monroe was in his past few years, I definitely think it's going to be easier to get Ryan Williams involved, along with the other guys too, who we have on the offensive side for wide receivers.
I think too, right? People have to remember. I said this with Cooper Flagg, right? As in on the basketball side of things this past week. They both technically should be seniors in high school right now. Right? Ryan Williams is a year younger than everyone else. Cooper Flagg's a year younger than everybody else. That doesn't mean we take it easy on them. But it's true. In terms of like, I'm not gonna take it easy on them, meaning like, oh, he should be a senior in high school, so that means I'm gonna expect less from him. No. But if something goes wrong, or if he struggles, like Ryan, I don't want to say struggles on the slot, but that's not his preferred position, right? Mm-hmm. So therefore, I have more empathy for Ryan if he were to come to run a slant out of the slot and drop a ball. I will still be like, oh, Ryan, come. And then, well, you know what? That's not, at the end of the day, he is 17. And he's out of position. So yeah, I've got a little, I suppose, empathy from there.
That's where we differ.
Roll
That's
Tide.
where we differ. Yeah.
Oh. So
I don't do the dropping passes thing. No. If you're a wide receiver and you're at that level and you're on the field, especially at Alabama, no, I don't do the dropping passes. We're not doing. I cannot live by that. I can't
do it if it's literally like if Ryan runs a curl and there's nobody within 5 yards of him and he drops the ball.
I can't. Yeah, that is like
I can't do. Okay,
that's but like a oof.
But if he's in the inside, he's out of position, and it's a contested, and I'm like, all right, like,
yeah, okay, yeah, certain things like that.
Open passes. I see where you're coming from, and you're not wrong. But I just think that yes, it is. They got to find better ways to get it in his hands. And he should be the Blittenkopf Award. If I had to pick right now the best wide receiver in the country, it's kind of hard to pick someone other than Ryan, right?
This is true. He has to be your number one guy.
He would be my number one. So, and I think he's going to get better inside, slot, outside, you know, all three phases of the receiving game. We know he's a deep threat. Can he
Yeah.
then elevate it to catch and run? Or even doing something a little unique and catching passes out of the backfield?
Yeah. I
Can
mean,
he
you can
develop
use him in
that?
so many ways.
Catch and
Right.
run, right? Like he's so versatile because he's so good at so many things. He can be, if Ryan Grubb can take that, use him differently than just sprint. Screw it, Ryan's down there somewhere, right? Like we don't want that all of the time.
Right.
If we can find different ways to use Ryan Williams, there is no better receiver in the country.
Yeah.
Potentially, there's no better offense in the country.
Yeah.
When you combine how good the running game is going to be with Jam and then Draylen Washington coming in from Louisiana via the portal, Ryan Williams, Isaiah Horton, who is being praised by this coaching staff, and I mean praised. They love this kid. Get those two going.
I
What
mean,
else?
yeah.
You got a defense-ish. We're getting there,
Yeah, you
right?
gotta have multiple guys. You gotta have multiple guys that help each other out because I mean it opens up the game for other people when defenses got to figure out how they're going to scheme against them. So it's like it is helpful to have other wide receivers there. Another guy they've been talking about a lot is Ladzier Brooks. I think that's how
Yeah,
you say his first name, but he's also been another guy who's expected to take a good amount of snaps coming into week one. But I mean, true freshman. Hopefully, we see some big things from him as well. And this
Bernard
is
as
a one more time.
Bernard as well.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
Bernard. Yeah, Bernard as well. So it's like we have the
I'd say
talent
Jeremy,
here.
Isaiah, Ryan, Jalen Hale, who I think will have a big year, and then people are probably sick of me talking about him. Derek Meadows
Yeah, I
from
mean,
Bishop Gorman.
it's important to have these guys,
It's
man.
six,
You have to.
six, and he's got glue for hands.
You have to. You need it. You need it
That
out the backfield for
we
sure.
just rattled off what, 6 guys, 5 guys that a school like, no disrespect to them, but South Alabama would salivate having one of those 6 guys. Again,
I
no
mean, yeah,
disrespect to
this is
South
true.
Alabama, go Jags, but I mean, you're using as Kirk Herbstreit once said about Colorado, they sucked forever, right? Like same thing. South Alabama wide receiver room sucked forever. So,
True.
you be grateful, even if it doesn't go your way. In your way, meaning a college football playoff appearance. Be grateful be ungrateful for the result. Be grateful for the talent you have.
Yeah, this is true.
That's the mindset. Any final thoughts before we head to break?
No, I think long story short, the receiving room, I think solid receiving room, and above all, as long as we can utilize our guys and make sure everyone is in position to beat the person guarding them and have these explosive plays, the offense will be all right.
When we come back, recruiting update and previewing week 6 at home versus Vanderbilt. Stay tuned.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. You can hear me and all, Brady?
The music kept going for a little longer than anticipated. So as we all know, recruiting right now in modern day college sports, recruiting is a year-round thing. Kalen DeBoer off to a great start in the 2026 recruiting class, has 4 commitments currently. Jordan Edmonds being the latest one, the number 1 player in the state of Georgia. He's out of Marietta. Cornerback. Number 1 in Georgia. Number 1 corner. Number 2 in Georgia. number 2 player in Georgia, number 1 corner in the country, 10th best player in the country. Zion Gibson is going in as an athlete out of Gadsden, Alabama. 4-star recruit, 6th best athlete, 6th best athlete in the country, 5th best player in the state. Jamarian Matthews is an edge, 3-star, 32nd best player in the state of Georgia out of Gainesville High School. Chris Booker, 3-star recruit out of Atlanta, Hapeville Charter Academy, 37th best player in the state. Tide fans are hoping that this running back joins that quartet there. Xavier Kroll, a running back out of Jackson, Alabama, 5'11", 205. He's down to his final 5 schools. It's Alabama, Auburn. This according to 24/7 Sports, by the way. Alabama, Auburn, Texas, Georgia, Florida State. 5-star recruit, 28th best player in the class, 2nd ranked running back, 3rd best player in the state of Alabama. Held offers. I will just go through the Power Fives. He held a boatload of offers. Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia Tech, Miami, Michigan, Mississippi State, Nebraska, UNC, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Oregon, Penn State, Purdue, South Carolina, Tennessee, A&M, UCF, USC, Virginia, and UW. I watched some tape. If this kid can put on 15 pounds, he will be a problem.
I think he's a problem right now.
I feel he's a little undersized.
At
5'11".
He's a smaller dude for sure. But I'll take 205 with some speed. I'll take 205 with some speed for sure.
Okay.
Just because it's like, okay, you're mostly banging with linebackers and stuff, and a lot of linebackers is easily 205, not even a question. Like 205 is, why are you even a linebacker? Go play defensive back. But as far as his quickness and all, and seeing just the small amount of clips and the small footage that I've seen from him, I'm gonna sit here and act like I watch him watch them every Friday or anything like that. Yeah. But just seeing a small amount of footage that I've seen from him, definitely got the quickness. And I think being at Alabama in that element, he'll definitely get a little bit bigger. I think we can count on that. The biggest thing would be keeping his speed and keeping his quickness when he is there. Once he does commit to Alabama, foreshadowing, hopefully.
Yeah, I'd say no. I also think, along with Nick Saban Jr., I think he is a lock to Alabama. He's got the best relationship. So I have heard he's got the best relationship with their staff compared to the others, and to stay in state. I mean,
yeah,
yes, the other Alabama team is also in the mix, but not to the degree that the Tide is.
I mean, let's be honest too. They're not really contenders. Let's be honest.
You can narrow down a final 5, and then you can point out immediately who the contenders are. Matthews will definitely be a 4-star before it's over. I don't disagree. I think you can make the case for a lot of them. Booker as well, right? I mean, 6'4", 270, right? He's still a junior. I mean, he's got one more year of high school ball left.
So I'm curious. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm curious because I see this video here. It's about Ryan Grubb, and apparently he sent a message to Crow about the recruiting, and I haven't listened to it yet, but I am intrigued by it. This happened back in March. I'm curious. Do you want to hear the video or see the video?
I want to hear it.
Okay, let's see. I'll go ahead and share it.
I want to know everything.
Since we're on the topic of Crowell, I figure let's do it. I don't know what the video is. It's very short, but I'm just curious of what he's saying in his video. And this is
if it violates any FICC comments or comments.
Yeah, I think we should be okay.
What's what I want?
I don't think people put that.
No, I don't think so either. But I don't know.
All right. I'm sorry. All right.
No.
I'm gonna play it one more time. Okay, because this is funny to me. This is funny to me now. Okay. Okay. Now this
I
is
like
funny to me. This
I
is
like
this is hilarious. This is a recruiting vid. Like I mean, it seems like just something super small. He might have sent them really quick,
but
but this is
you know what?
hilarious to me because
You know
seeing this
what?
statement that I have a great relationship with staff,
Yeah.
and then like seeing the
Listen,
video like this is just
the little
hilarious.
things. It's the little things that go a long way.
It is. This is so true.
It's the
It is.
little funny videos. It's the trying to get to know the kid on a personal level versus just as a football player. That's why
Yeah.
Nick was so successful, right? Because he treated all of those
Yeah.
young men as his own, and he went to know them, got to know them
Yeah, I
on a
mean,
personal level.
he legitimately took the time to treat everybody like they were a part of the team already, to treat them like family and make sure they were like on board with the culture at Alabama and like feel
Right.
welcome. And this video is hilarious to me, by the way. Like I to me it doesn't really do any additional convincing, but it is like,
Never know.
warm-hearted in a way. So
Never know.
yeah, it's like yeah, that's funny though. But I thought it was funny to throw in there, and it makes it so much funnier to me personally that he's saying, this was a quote from Crowell saying, hey, I have a great relationship with them. So it's silly to me.
So, I know we've touched upon it, but just to answer the question, Tide's chances of landing Xavier Crowell we'll go on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being he's a lock.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go right at 4, man. There's always that one sneaky competitor. There's always that one school and team throwing a little bit extra more money and all of that stuff. It's just if it was no NIL, I would typically be like, all right, bet 5 all in. But because NIL exists, I'm just still unsure. So I got to go 4.
I'm gonna go 5.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all.
I mean, if the personal level is there, it's over.
Makes sense. Makes
That's
sense.
the way I see it. All right.
Football schedule.
Last one, or not last one. Last
segment, I guess.
segment of the day.
Yeah, Crimson Tide. Our predictions. What do we got? We got Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt at
Oh
Saban
man,
at Denny Stadium. Thank God.
man.
That would not be good.
Who? Vanderbilt. Okay, so a prediction on Bama or Vanderbilt. Yeah, man, this was a little tough.
Here's the thing, right? Vanderbilt had to call their 7-6 season successful blows
Insane.
my mind. Okay. And then they had all the stuff with Pavia and the JUCO and all that junk. Okay. Pavia's back at the ripe age of 37. They don't scare me
At all.
But when you play down to a team's level, you're gonna lose. Bama found that out the hard way last year. Therefore, Bama wins by 10. Because they're gonna struggle early on, and then they're gonna blow them out of the water. Bama by 10.
Okay, Bama by 10. I'm not upset at that. I think you have somewhat of an accurate prediction. I think that is pretty similar. In my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, well, Vanderbilt, they caught us slipping last year. Bama obviously wants to come with a vengeance. Vanderbilt obviously wants to repeat the same thing and make it even more of a bigger deal winning at Alabama. So I'll go Alabama 28-17.
All right.
Alabama. So I'm by 11. You said 10. I think that's a great spread. I would do 10 points.
What I want folks to realize is Vanderbilt is no longer a pushover.
At all.
Right? Vanderbilt is no longer just, it's Vanderbilt. Easy win. I know. And that's okay, like, to admit that. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I think folks have to realize that no, Vanderbilt's not a pushover anymore.
This is true.
So if Bama can just get going early and don't force the ball in any bad spots, right? Don't commit any bad turnovers like they did last year. Get stops on 3rd and 4th down when you need to, then yeah, you should beat Vanderbilt pretty handedly.
Yeah.
But that's my take on it. Now that like basketball is over, now I'm just like waiting. Like I like baseball, obviously, right? But, I love calling baseball and softball. But now I'm just like, football's like, it's so close, it's so far away. I'm just like, can we speed through May, June, and July to get to like August 27th so I can have 2 days to mentally prepare myself?
Coming soon.
Then start the season. Yeah. It is coming soon. Okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna leave it. Next week we will preview week 7 for the Tide. We will discuss, as we did the greatest quarterback to the greatest wide receiver. We're going to do another one of the greatest ever. I don't know which position yet. Probably running back, maybe. Running back?
Most likely.
Yeah, most likely. And then we'll be following the recruiting updates and any interesting developments coming out of spring practices. Thanks again to Touchdown Alabama on Twitter X, whatever it's called, for all those, for the graphics, for the news. Thanks to Alabama Athletics as well for providing some of that. Manny Wilson is leaving. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Brady saying, see you next week. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.